Hello, we are going to look at now how to access the MindTap online. I am going to show you how to do that. You should have already been able to hopefully log in and take care of all that, but let's just go back and go into Canvas to start off with. The easiest way to get to Canvas is going to go to navarrocollege.edu, and that will bring up this page right here. Once you get there, if you look right here at the top, you can then access MyNC. So click on MyNC, and then that's where you'll type in your username, which is your first dot last name, and your password should be capital N little c, as in Navarro College, capital N little c, then the 4-digit year of your birth, like mine is 1970, so I would type in 1970, then the last 4 digits of your social security number, followed by an exclamation point. So mine would be, and I'm not going to tell you my social, but mine would be capital N, little c, 1970, then the 4 of my social, exclamation point, and log in. Okay, so then you log in. If you have trouble with that, go back to Navarro College and find the one-stop service desk and call them and see what's going on. I probably cannot help you with that, but they can help you with that. Okay, so once you get here, then you're going to go to Canvas. Yours may look a little different than mine. Remember, mine's going to be the teacher one. So once you get to Canvas, then you're going to go to the course. We'll go into the United States history one this time. Last time we did the federal government. It just depends on which class you're in, but the way to get there is going to be the same for everyone. So you'll get there. Go there. Now remember, we have here, and last time I didn't have the course information ready as far as like the calendar. So if you'll go there, I can show you the calendar. Just click on the calendar, and you'll notice each week we have what chapters we're doing. That means that you need to read those chapters and learn that vocabulary for that week. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see 9/15, September the 15th, is Exam 1, chapters 1 through 4. Now, for those of you who are learning virtually, we're going to have to make arrangements for you to have that test proctored. The best thing would be for you to come up here on the Wednesday afternoon and either get with me, or I can send you to the library or somewhere so that you can take that test. But tests have to be proctored. You may not take them at home alone, or even have a relative proctor it for you. It has to be proctored by someone that I approve, preferably myself. If you are not willing to come up here on the Wednesday to take the test when we take them of that week, then you'll have to talk to me, and we'll have to see what we can arrange, okay? But it's very important that those tests be proctored. That's a requirement from Navarro College. You'll notice Exam 2 is on October the 6th, chapters 5 through 7. October the 16th is your signature assignment due. I will make a video later, probably next week, for that, so that you can know what is expected there. October the 27th is Exam 3, chapters 8 through 10. And then December the 10th is Exam 4, chapters 11 through 16. So just keep that in mind. Here's where you can go to calendar. If anything changes as far as dates go, I will let you know. Now click on home, and we'll go back there. Now we're going to go back to MindTap. So click on the MindTap. Now you'll scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on Next. Now if you need help for Engage support, call that number right there. Okay, you may have to wait a while, but you can. If you can't get in for some reason, this is where you call. Do not call me, because I cannot help you. Go here to this number and call them, or go to that right there, and they can help you get into the system. All right, then we're going to click Next and go there. Now remember, this says load MindTap in a new window. Make sure your pop-up blocker is turned off. Then you're going to load the MindTap in a new window. And now if you have not already registered for the account, then you will need to do so. It's possible, if you are in dual credit government and you were in my class last year for dual credit history, then you will already have an account. Just put in your school email for Fairfield High School. That's what I told you to use last year. And so you do that, and then you can, hopefully you created a password that you'll remember, because remember I told you last year, create a password you'll remember, and be able to go in that way. And you may have to do the free trial. I'm not exactly sure what it'll look like, but go to where it says the free trial, and you should be able to get in. You'll have 14 days before you have to pay for the account, but it should be $119 when you pay for it. For those of you in dual credit history, now I noticed in my in-person classes, some of the students already had a Cengage account because it's being used in some of the math classes. If that's the case, then you're going to, when you put in your Fairfield ISD email, it's already going to show that you have an account. If you don't know the password for that, you're going to have to reset the password. So just put that you have trouble logging in or whatever, and go through the process of resetting the password and put one you will remember. If you don't have an account already, then when you put in your Fairfield ISD email, you'll go through the process. You'll have to activate it. They'll send you an email and all that, but make sure you create a password you will remember. That's significantly important. Once you get all of that in there and you can access the MindTap, you'll have to go through and get to the free trial. And if you can go ahead and pay for it, that'd be great. Then you won't have to worry about the free trial. But once you get in, it'll probably pull up a little page, little thing in the middle of the page. It'll say take a tour. Skip the tour. We're not worried about that. Now, when you come in, if you are in dual credit government, for some reason, they have removed this little calendar, and what you see is going to be basically the chapters. So you're just going to have to pay attention to know what chapter we're on for the week to know what MindTap activities need to be done. For those of you in dual credit history, here's what I recommend. This is confusing. If you will look here, right where my mouse is, there's a little calendar. Click on the calendar, and it will pull up the calendar for the week, and it will show you what is due for the week. So, for instance, you will see that for this week, the History Critical Thinking tutorial is due. If it has a reddish, orangish colored looking dot, that means it is required for a grade and you have to have it done. All MindTap activities are due at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday of the week that it's available. Okay, it becomes available at midnight on Monday and is available till 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. So it means you have a whole week, except for 1 minute, to get the work done. Okay. In the past, we've had problems with people waiting till Sunday night to do it, and then the Cengage servers get so bogged down that they cannot complete their work. Or, as often happens in Fairfield, Texas, we lose power or internet, and then you're in trouble. Okay. If you do not complete it by the end of the week, you will get a 0. Now, there will be a potential way for me to reopen it, but it will cost you a lot of extra work, and I will let you know about that next week. So make sure you get in and get it done this week. So for this week, you notice the History Critical Thinking tutorial is available, and it is due. It is a grade. It counts towards your grade. We're just going to skip such stuff for right now. Now, Chapter 1 interactive quiz, I'm probably going to make that for practice, even though right now it has a red dot by it. I'm going to change that. I've changed my mind. I'm going to change that. But you will have to do Chapter 2 interactive quiz, so make sure you get that done. Now, all of these other ones are practice, but I want to show you something. On the side over here are some icons and things that can help you out. You have a place for your notes, ask a tutor, all that stuff. If you want, I've told you that this is the online access for the textbook. It's through here. If you'll notice where my little icon is, not icon, but my mouse is, there's the full textbook right there, and you can click on it. Don't click on it yet, but that's where it is, okay? And so you can access the textbook there. Now, if you want a hard copy of the textbook, you can pay a little more and get one. My recommendation is that you email me and let me know that you want a hard copy of the textbook, and I will go to Amazon and find an older version of it that will be just as acceptable, that we can probably get for you can probably buy from Amazon for like $5 to $10. And I can send you the link to that. So if you're interested in a hard copy, let me know, and I'll do that. There's no sense in paying as much extra as you'd have to pay to get an actual copy of the book. The new edition, there's no sense in that unless you just want it. Okay? Now let's go back over here to this side over here. Right here, Chapter 1 reading. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on that. And it's going to bring up the textbook for Chapter 1, what you have to have read. Now, let's say you want to have this read to you. Here's what you do. You click on the little mouth.
The first Americans circa 13,000-2500 BCE.
Okay, and there it goes. Now, if you want to change the way it's speed or that sound or whatever, you click on that face right there. Right now I have it going slow, female Australian. But let's move it up to fast, and we'll do male United States. Let's see what that sounds like.
The first Americans, ca. 13,000 minus 2,500 BCE.
Okay, so you see, you can change it to whatever you want it to be. Medium is normal. If you go very fast, you're not going to be able to understand what they're saying, really. But anyway, you can have it read too if you want to, and that's entirely up to you. So we are going to close this one out. We're done with the book for now. Now let's say you're taking one of the, well, before we get to that, you also noticed in the Google Classroom there are a couple of pages for glossary. You are expected to know those glossary terms for each chapter. If you don't know those, you're going to have a hard time on your tests. And there's maybe occasions where we'll have quizzes or whatever for vocabulary throughout the semester. So you need to know the terms and you need to learn them the week they're working on that chapter. Instead of downloading those glossary sheets and learning that way, you can come here and go to flashcards, for instance, and it'll pull up the flashcards. Notice also over here, if we scroll down, there is a set of flashcards there. So if you don't have access to this chapter, just go to here and you should be able to find them. But you can look at the term, click on it, and it gives you the vocabulary definition. And you click on the next card and you flip it over, and there it is. And you go to the next card. So you can learn this that way. And I would recommend you use that for that purpose. Okay. Now, if you are taking a quiz, and now remember the little interactive quizzes that I assign are only like 40 minutes, and they're 25 multiple choice questions. You will not have time to look up every one of them. But let's say you have a question on one of them, and we want to look up Paleo Indians. You can type in the search term, click search, and it's going to bring it up in the book where it is. It gives it a definition and all that, and then you can click on it and you can go straight to the book where that term is, and that may help you find the answer to that question. If you're very specific, use phraseology from the question in quotation marks, you may even have a better chance of finding what you're looking for. All right, so I hope that has helped you figure out what that is. Now, when you're ready, I'm not going to open this because it'll show the grade book for all of my students, but if you click here, that'll open the grade book for you and let you see what you've made. Now, don't forget your MindTap average, all the things that we do all semester long, is going to count 20% of your college grade, and they're going to be daily grades in high school. Okay, so don't forget, if you don't do these, you will make bad grades in high school and college. So you've got to get that done and taken care of. If you have any questions or have any problems, if you have problems getting on, my recommendation is go into this MindTap page here, like I showed you before, and call that number, or go to that cengage.com/support and talk to them. They can help you get in there way better than I can. So please just keep that in mind and take care of that. If you have any other questions, let me know. Okay. Now, that's all I have for this. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to help in whatever way I can. But I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you soon.